rudely kicked out by EA. My game crashed while I was in the middle of witnessing a 5-car scrap for one position. I now can't hear the game, which is just marvellous. Stand by it. Right, there we go. I can hear the cars again, that's good. Alright, so what has been going on? So Annie leads. And we've got a safety car, okay. Another safety car. I did wonder why the gaps were pretty uniform across the top cars, and that would explain why. So who have we lost? I think Team Miller has had a moment, and he is Gonski's. Position change, 2 stops. Alright. So yeah, Anu leads from Master Jedi from Seb, and then it's Power Sight and C and Goat rounding out the top 5. Kojak P6, Glorious Noodle P7, Gold Gloves P8. And then there's a whole bevy of cars from Bear 2.0 and 9th down who have pitted. And I'd say those first 3 from 9th place, so Bear, Honest Crook and G4 Server, they'll be the ones to really keep an eye on. They've got fresh mediums on and they've got good pace in general. You see Drowl is on fresh softs down there in P14, so I'd expect him to make some good progress, but he's got plenty of work to do, a lot of positions to try to gain, and even with 12 laps to go, I think those softs will be screaming out come the checkered flag. I'll just have a quick look at the penalty situation as well. Gold gloves 15 seconds. Apart from that, it's 3 seconds for most of the rest of those who have got an infringement to their name. So nothing too bad. I don't know how Gold Gloves has pulled that one off. Maybe he thinks it's like one of those games where you pass through the checkpoints and you get, every time you pass through, you get like a certain amount of seconds off your time, and that helps you finish the challenge. If that were the case, Gold Gloves would be looking very good for the win. As it is, he's looking very good for not a lot of points if he carries on cutting half the track, but that's just my opinion. So Toto's done fast left the race down there in P16. He needs to catch up to the field, I'd imagine, before we get running again. Fastest lap. Yeah, you can see by those fastest lap times that Anu and Master Jedi are just a little bit quicker than those around them. And you go down to the likes of Honest Crook, G4 Server, Drowl. You see that their pace is not too far off the leaders. They're doing sort of mid to high 1 minute 20s. Let's go on back there. Oh gosh. There's always someone causing mischief under safety car, and I reckon it was this guy, personally. No evidence whatsoever I make that accusation. So it's been a stop-start night tonight. As it stands, we have 11 laps to go. We'll probably get about 10 under green flag conditions, all going well. And yeah, the safety car has certainly added an interesting sort of twist to these final laps here in Mexico. The top 8 are on reasonably used tyres. They'll get through to the end without too much trouble, including the medium runners. But as we've said, from Bear and 9th down, We have Haas on fresh tyres, and they will be quick. They will be very, very quick. Certainly in the initial stages, so I expect to see a lot of jostling for position and possibly some aggressive moves as we get ready to go again. We're right on board with Master Jedi and see how any chooses to get us going again, and he has absolutely disappeared up the road as Gold Gloves gets another 3 seconds added to his time. And the racer, what's going on there? Oh, Gold Gloves has had a spin. There's... Okay, they've all gained that position from Gold Gloves, that makes sense. So Aniut maintains his lead. Master Jedi, and then Seb, Power Sight, and CN Goat. Glorious Noodle. Hounding Crowjag around the outside. Can he make that move stick? No, not quite. Oh, and Aniut gets a penalty. That could be crucial. Glorious Noodle sniffs an opportunity and goes down the inside of Crowjag. Takes P6. Great camera work there, actually. Thank you, Codemaster/EA. Do appreciate that. Oh, and that's a big incident. Was that the Noodle? I think it was. He's taken out Master Jedi. Oh, that is... I don't know if I've called that right, actually, to be honest, but the end result is Master Jedi is missing his front wing, and after what looked like a potential race win for Jedi, he's missing his front wing and he's all the way down the field. But it's brought out another safety car. Are you serious? My goodness me. Ooh, look out. What's happening here? Oh, people are pitting. Oh gosh. I guess it makes sense. Chuck on some fresh softs. Is anyone not putting softs on? That'll be funny. Nope. Soft. Jedi. You'll get a free wing change at least. It's interesting, no one DNF'd from that, but I guess the game saw the wing on the track and thought, no. So, wow, interesting. So now we have a situation where it's only the top 4 who have not pitted under either of the last 2 safety cars. And they're already stuck behind the Aston Martin safety car. And so they don't have the luxury of having that extra lap to decide and then coming into the pits. They are committed to running, I'd imagine, the rest of this race on the tyres that they are on. Although, with the way things have gone today, I would not be surprised to see another safety car. So certainly the guys up the top of the order, they are in a prime position still, albeit with their tyre disadvantage. Anyone pitting? No. Tonki, oh, looks like he thought about it. Surely the Noodle's going to pit. Surely. No, okay. As I was saying, just trying to look at who, apart from the top guys, might be a bit of a one to watch once we get going again. Yeah, certainly, G4 server. His tyres are 6 laps fresher than all of the guys ahead of him, and he has good pace as well. So G-Force for a podium, what do we reckon? I think that's a decent shout, personally. Moving down, I think we can expect to see Honest Crook, Bear, Jedi moving forward. I don't want to disrespect Gold Gloves, Glorious Noodle, Crowjag, etc., but just trying to identify possible likely candidates, in my personal opinion, of who could make the most moves. So the whole pack is behind the safety car. Can we get going again? Really, really like us to, because we spent heaps of time behind safety car. And there we go, in this lap. Cool. Just what we wanted to see. AlphaTauri 1-2 here. Through the stadium section. There will be 8 laps to go at the commencement of the next one. And you backing it up on the power. Is he? Yep, and Seb has seen him go, read him like a book, but he's not on the battery. Interesting. See him go. Looks like he's jumped power side, I think. So Mercedes up to P3. It looked like Seb might have just backed off and been a wee bit conservative, because he had a good run, and then he sort of said no at the last minute. Oh, down the field, Bear 2.0. Looks like he's gone around. Maybe. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, look out. What's happening here? Oh, what's not happening? It's great racing to watch at times tonight. Through all of that, Drell's up to P8. That'll be a P6. Uh-oh. Oh, Gold Glove has binned it. Not another one, please, game. Don't do it again. The whole field's gone, it's fine. Oh, hello. Power sight and seeing Goat going for it. What a virtual safety car, either good. Oh, hello. Hang on. G4 Server's up into P3. There we go. I said he was one to watch. I didn't think he was going to get up into the podium spots that quickly. Well, well, well. Oh, look out. Ooh. Now Tonki getting very close to the Aston Martins in front of him. Honest Crook and Toto battling over P9, and Honest Crook will take that position. Honest Crook with those lovely fresh soft tyres was pretty free to just use and abuse them here. But penalties are really going to come into play, especially when they're battling so closely like this. It's very, very easy in the heat of the battle to get distracted, and there you go, just as I say that, 2 penalties. Bang, bang. As Drell and El Tonki go side by side. Oh, and Drell's been plunked by El Tonki. And he won't want to lose that position too. He'll poke his nose in and he'll get spun. Oh, you can see it coming, unfortunately. He got a little bit manhandled by El Tonki, and then he didn't want to concede the position to Honest Crook, but he might have needed to just back out of it. Easy said than done though. Up the front of the field, Server is up to P2. He's on a charge. There's only one more to go and he is leading. There you go, it's got a good run. Does he have DRS? No, he doesn't. It's too soon after the safety car. Power sight will remain in P4. But crucially, although G4 Server has managed to make his way through to P2, Aniuk Lloydie has absolutely bolted into the distance. 3 seconds. That is a big lead. 5 laps to go. Now let's watch that delta. It's at about 3 seconds. Can G-Force bring that down? Glorious Noodle has retired on track. Sector 1. I don't think a virtual's going to do too much to the dynamic of the race. Master Jedi. Oh, gee, he's had a race, hasn't he? He's probably a little bit angry about getting caught up in that earlier incident, and he is very determined in his charge back through the field, lining up Dan the Racer, and flying past. Look at that top speed heading up towards 340 kph. Not quite, but amazing speeds there. And oh, look at this. Honest Crook up to P8. Drow, another 10. Yeah, Honest Crook making good progress. P8. At the front of the field, the top 5 have separated from each other a little bit, but I am watching that gap from Aniup Lloydie to GeForce Server, and it is 2.4 seconds, so 6/10 in the best part of a lap. Things are looking good for the Alfa Romeo. 4 laps to go at the end of this one. Jedi's looking quick. He's going to go for it here, I think. Oh, look out. Look how close they all are. GeForce Server does the quickest lap of the race. Aniup Lloydie will be well aware of the red and white car looming in his mirrors ever larger. A lot of battery abuse happening here. Honest Crook desperately trying to pass El Tonki. El Tonki deep on the brakes. Or a little bit too deep maybe. That will compromise him going through the next sequence of corners. Oh, he's dropping down a couple of positions. Back down to P11. So this is effectively a big train of cars behind Latimer. As you can see from that view, how many cars is that? So P5 down to well, the rest of the field, in fact. Oh, Toto's binned it. Look out. Oh no, safety car again. Oh no, no. That's about, what was that, 3 safety cars in quick succession? What this means is that all the guys on the fresher tyres, I'm looking at the likes of GeForce Server and Latimer, although Latimer was struggling, and Powerside Pits. But the guys on the fresher tyres, this just closes the gaps and accentuates their advantage. Interesting, only 2 have opted to pit. I guess it's very late in the piece, you haven't got much time to gain your positions back, I suppose. Powerside, he was up there. I think we're going to have at best 2 racing laps if the safety car's only out for 1. I think we might only have 1 green flag lap until we conclude. But I think this is set up for an absolute ding-dong battle in the final stages, particularly between GeForce and Aniup for the win. Latimer in P4 looking really good, but then struggling for pace a little bit with that big train of cars behind him. And the safety car came out just now. So is Dan the Racer going to catch? Okay, safety car's in already. Wow. We'll see if Dan the Racer from Powerside can catch up. Powerside certainly will. Don't know about Dan, but back at the front. What's the battery situation? So everyone's pretty similar there. A little bit more for Seb. And everyone abuses the battery project, right? Dan the Racer will catch up, will he? Not quite, okay. Aniup's got away well. Seb's got a good run on GeForce, so GeForce has his hands tied up with the other Alpha Tauri. Oh, what kind of view is that? I don't like that. So can Seb do his teammate a favour and occupy? Oh, what's going on here? More side-by-side battling on a Crook and El Tonki. Now Master Jedi, the man on a mission. P8, does he go for P7? I think he will. You have to. Oh, kind of went for it, kind of didn't. Altonki was deep on the brakes. Power sight, look at him go. P9. Oh. Very aggressive driving here, I'm not surprised. Oh, Drowell's getting smacked around back down the field. Oh, almost losing the back end as well. But up the front, and Lordy is still in front, and we're going to have 1 lap to go. It's a final lap shootout, and there's going to be no DRS, crucially. I don't think. And G47 knows he's got to go for it, but I don't know if he's got enough. Oh, he's getting closer. Is he going to go for a dive? Oh, no, don't do it. It's not worth taking both of you out of the race. Oh, and Aniup's got a good exit, so he's not going to be close enough. I think Aniup, if he does not make a mistake, is going to have the win. Although, what are the pins? Goodness me. Oh, Seb! I've done Seb dirty. Seb's looking good for the dub. He's kept it clean. So we'll keep an eye on that. Seb is well within range here. I'll tell you what, Altonki's looking good for a sneaky little promotion with no pins with a late safety car. As is Bear. And Lordy approaching the stadium section for the final time. I think he's going to get a podium, but it looks like Seb has executed this absolutely beautifully, and Drowell has possibly just put it in fence. I think he has, yeah. We're going for a spin across the line. Aniup Lordy finishes in P1, but it will be Seb who comes across and wins the Mexican Grand Prix for AlphaTauri. Aniup Lordy will come across in the timing screens at least in second place, so it's an AlphaTauri 1-2. They just continue their absolute domination. G4 Server P3. He had dreams of the win. It wasn't quite to be. Altonki will come home for P4, and that is a great result. After a couple of races away, working his way through the field, he'll be pretty satisfied with that, I would think. Driver of the day, G4 Server. Nice looking Sheila, if I may say so. But well done to Seb, who takes the victory here in Mexico. That is a shocking camera view. I don't know what I'm looking at.